They watched me fall, but nobody asked how high I had to climb to get back up. They counted every failure like it was proof I was finished. Now I'm about to make every one of them watch me rise. Hey, 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 hey. They watched me fall, stood around like my pain was entertainment. Saw the cracks inside my smile and still called me impatient. I was drowning in a room full of people who could swim. Everybody knew I wasn't okay, but nobody wanted to ask again. I said I'm good, and they accepted it because it was convenient. Nobody wanted the truth because the truth would've made them feel guilty. I was losing sleep, losing faith, losing pieces of myself, trying to carry everybody else while I couldn't even save myself. And when I finally collapsed, that's when I saw everything clearly. Some people don't love you, they love the version of you that never needs anything. The version that gives, the version that shows up, the version that says yes when everything inside is screaming no. But the moment you become the one who needs help, silence, that's when you discover who was really standing beside you. I remember looking around after everything fell apart. People I would have defended when my life couldn't even send a message. People I called family became strangers overnight. People who knew my dreams started laughing at my failures. And I learned something painful. Everybody loves the mountain view, nobody wants to stand beside you while you're climbing it. So I stopped expecting applause from people who only came around when the victory was visible. They didn't see the nights I begged myself not to quit. They only saw the morning when I finally got back up. That's why they thought I got lucky. I fell so hard, I thought the ground had become my home. Cried so much, I forgot what my face looked like without pain. But somewhere underneath the wreckage, something was still breathing, something was still fighting, something was whispering, get up! They watched me fall, they thought I wouldn't rise. They watched me break, they counted every time. They saw the tears, but never saw the fight. They saw the darkness, but never saw the light. They thought the fall was where my story ended, but I found strength where I thought I had surrendered. They watched me fall, now they're gonna watch me rise. I remember every face that disappeared when I needed them, every phone that stopped ringing, every friend that stopped checking in, every person who told me you'll never make it, then suddenly wanted pictures when I finally made it. Funny how success changes people's memory. They forget the nights they laughed at you, forget the doors they closed in your face, forget the times they told you to be realistic. Then they see the results and suddenly they're proud. But I remember not because I'm bitter, because remembering keeps me humble. I know what it feels like to have nothing. I know what it feels like to question your own worth. I know what it feels like to look at your life and wonder how everything went this wrong. I know what it's like to smile around people then fall apart alone. I know what it's like to say I'm tired when what you really mean is I'm tired of pretending I can keep carrying this. And maybe that's why I don't judge people anymore, because some of the strongest people you know are fighting wars they never put on social media. Somebody is reading this with a broken heart. Somebody is listening after losing somebody. Somebody is working 2 jobs and still wondering if they're getting anywhere. Somebody is fighting their own mind every single night, and everybody keeps telling them, be strong. But nobody asks, how long have you been strong without anybody being strong for you? There were nights my whole mind became my enemy. I couldn't escape it. No matter where I went with myself. That's the problem. Nobody tells you about pain. You can change the location, you can change your friends, you can change your phone, you can change your clothes, you can even change your life. But if you never face what's happening inside you carry the battlefield everywhere. I had conversations with myself that nobody heard. I questioned every decision, every mistake, every person I trusted, every dream I abandoned. I wondered if maybe I was the problem. Maybe I wasn't talented enough. Maybe I wasn't strong enough. Maybe I wasn't worth staying for. Maybe everybody who left was right. and I almost believed it. It's the part I'm not ashamed to admit. I almost gave up, not because I didn't want to live my dream, because I was exhausted from fighting to believe I deserved one. But then I realized, if I quit now, every person who doubted me gets to write the ending. And I refused to let people who only knew my worst chapter decide how my book ends. They thought I was falling apart, I was actually falling into place. Every piece they thought was useless was becoming part of the person I needed to become. They watched me fall, they thought I wouldn't rise. They watched me break, they counted every time. They saw the tears, but never saw the fight. They saw the darkness, but never saw the light. They thought the fall was where my story ended, but I found strength where I thought I had surrendered. They watched me fall, now they're gonna watch me rise. And God, I question you, I'm not gonna lie. I pray for answers and got silence. I pray for doors and watch them close. I pray for people to stay and watch them leave. I pray for strength and somehow got another reason to need it. There were moments I thought you forgot me. Maybe that's what hurt the most. Not the people, not the betrayal, not the failure, the silence. Cause when you reach the bottom of yourself, you don't need another speech. You need to know somebody is there. So I sat in that darkness and prayed anyway. Not because I understood, because I had nothing else. I said, God, if you don't change my circumstances, change me inside them. And slowly, something happened. The storm didn't disappear, but I became harder than destroy. The pain didn't vanish, but it stopped controlling me. The people didn't come back, but I stopped needing them to. And I finally understood, maybe God wasn't absent. Maybe he was building something I couldn't see yet. Maybe the closed doors were protection. Maybe the unanswered prayers were preparation. Maybe the season that almost destroyed me was the same season that prepared me for everything I prayed for afterward. So if you're listening and you're tired, I know. If you're smiling outside and screaming inside, I know. If everybody thinks you're strong because you never asked for help, I know. But hear me, you don't have to be unbreakable to be brave. Sometimes courage is breaking and getting up anyway. Now look at me, I don't walk the same, I don't talk the same, I don't think the same. Pain changed me, but it didn't own me. I learned boundaries, I learned patience, I learned silence. I learned that not everybody deserves an explanation. I learned that some people only respect you after you stop accepting disrespect. I learned that no doesn't make you cruel. I learned that leaving doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes leaving is the first proof that you finally chosen yourself. And now I don't need revenge, my growth is enough. I don't need them to apologize, my healing is enough. I don't need them to admit they were wrong, my future is enough. Because the greatest revenge isn't making somebody regret losing you. It's becoming so whole that you no longer care whether they regret it. That's freedom, that's the victory. They watched me fall because they thought the fall was the important part. They were wrong, the fall didn't define me. What I did with the ground did. Every scar has a story, every tear has a lesson, every failure has a fingerprint on the person I became. I don't hide it anymore. I used to think strength meant never showing weakness. Now I know strength means telling the truth about it. I was hurt, I was betrayed, I was afraid, I was lost, I doubted myself. I almost quit, but I'm still here. And that sentence means more than people understand. I'm still here, 4 words, but behind those words are years to nights nobody knows about. Every morning I woke up when I wanted to disappear. Every time I kept going without knowing where I was going. Every time I smiled while my heart was exhausted. Every time I prayed without knowing if anyone heard. Every time I started again after telling myself I couldn't start again. That's what I'm still here means. So don't judge my victory without understanding my survival. Don't look at the finished product and call it easy. You didn't see the construction, you didn't see the rubble. You didn't see me building myself with shaking hands. You didn't see the nights I had nothing but faith.
They watched me fall.
They watched me fall. They thought I wouldn't rise.
They watched me break.
They watched me break. They counted every time. They watched me fall. They thought I wouldn't rise. They watched me break. They counted every time. They saw the tears, but never saw the fight. The stars lying in your voice, and I almost believed it. That's the part I'm not ashamed to admit. I almost gave up, not because I didn't want to live my dream, because I was exhausted from fighting to believe I deserved them. But then I realized if I quit now, every person who doubted me gets to write the ending. And I refused to let people who only knew my worst chapter decide how my book ends. They thought I was falling apart, I was actually falling into place. Every piece they thought was useless was becoming part of the person I needed to become. They watched me fall. They thought I wouldn't rise. They watched me break. They counted every time. They saw the tears, but never saw the fight. They saw the darkness, but never saw the light. They thought the fall was where my story ended, but I found strength where I thought I had surrendered. They watched me fall. Now they're gonna watch me rise. And God, I questioned you, I'm not gonna lie. I pray for answers and got silence. I pray for doors and watched them close. I pray for people to stay and watch them leave. You saw the darkness, but never saw the light. They thought the fall was where my story ended, but I found strength where I thought I had surrendered. They watched me fall. Now they're gonna watch me rise. They watched me fall. Now they're gonna watch me become everything they said I couldn't. To everybody who left when I was losing, thank you. To everybody who left when I needed you, thank you. To everybody who doubted what I could become, thank you. Because you gave me something I didn't know I needed. You gave me a reason to stop seeking approval. You made me understand that sometimes the people who walk away from you are creating the space for you to walk toward yourself. And I don't hate you, I don't need to, I don't carry that weight anymore. You can have your version of what happened. You can tell your story. You can say I wasn't enough. You can say I changed. You're right, I changed, but I didn't change because I wanted to become better than you. I changed because I finally realized I had to become better for me. And now, every time life knocks me down, I don't ask why me. I ask, what is this trying to teach me? Every time somebody leaves, I don't ask, what's wrong with me? I ask, what am I being protected from? Every time I fail, I don't ask, am I finished? I ask, what do I do next? That's the difference between who I was and who I am now. I stopped treating every setback like a funeral. Some setbacks are just funerals for the version of you that was never supposed to survive forever. And maybe that's what happened when they watched me fall. They thought they were watching my transformation. They thought the tears were weakness, they were evidence. They thought the silence meant I had nothing to say. I was learning how to speak through my actions. They thought I disappeared, I was rebuilding. They thought I lost, I was preparing. And now I don't need them to clap, I don't need them to understand, I don't need them to believe, because I believe God believes, and that's enough. So if you're down right now, stay down for a moment. If you need a cry, breathe, rest, but don't build a house on the floor. Get back up, even if it's slow, even if you're shaking, even if nobody comes, get up. Because one day the same people who watch you fall are going to ask how you stood again. And you don't owe them an explanation, you owe yourself the rest of the story. They watched me fall, I remember, but I don't live there anymore. Because falling taught me something standing never could. I learned who was real, I learned who wasn't. I learned what I could survive, I learned what I needed to release. And most importantly, I learned that rock bottom isn't always the end. Sometimes it's the foundation, so let them remember the version of you that fell. You don't have to correct them, just keep rising. Because someday they'll realize the person they counted out was never finished. They weren't watching me fall, they were watching me reload.